before we start, please join the Discord community, link down below for me. When you click the link, the invite should appear as shown. Click accept invite for direct access to yours truly, your fellow community, as well as being notified every time we go live. You'll also be able to view all VODs from the Discord server, as well as any YouTube videos, and be notified when I post here on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, around 99% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Make sure you fix that by hitting the subscribe button and turning on all notifications. If you do that, I can find the content for you and we can watch it together. Shout out to all my current subscribers as well as current subs on Twitch. We call y'all citizens, you feel me? And yeah, enjoy the video. Alrighty, YouTube, we got a video titled Iceman's Powers Are Stupid by Undead Humor. We're just gonna hop straight into it.
Professor, I have some wonderful news. You and Jean broke up?
Why would that be wonderful?
How about you come to my room later and I'll show you?
Yo, Logan's so freaky, bro. It's crazy because this Undead Humor voice acts his own joints, bro.
You know this is harassment, right? Professor, why don't you do something?
I kind of like keeping him around. Don't have to strain my neck as much when looking at Logan, to be sure.
Do you think he was malnourished as a child?
Well, he did grow up in Canada. I wish I had different friends. Anyway, Professor, you still haven't guessed the news. I'm a telepath, Scott. I know that Bobby's here. Bobby's here! Hey, Iceman, how have you been? Cool as a cucumber, Wolvie. Been keeping it
My goat, bro. His power is so OP. Like, as an Omega mutant, he's a
frosty.
For the love of God, please tell me he doesn't speak in puns.
Hey, chill out, Gene. Just breaking the ice. Robert, get the hell out of my house. Come on, Professor. He's not that annoying. Looks like I'm skating on some...
That one was pretty punny.
Pretty thin ice. I retract my previous statement. It's not the puns. It's his powers. They're stupid. What do you mean, Professor? I just shoot ice and free stuff. Not that big a deal. You literally defy physics. I would explain it to you if you weren't such a bad student. Hey, what's with the cold shoulder? Guys, just how many ice puns are there?
I have a feeling we're going to find out.
Go ahead, Professor. Tell me why I make no sense. Try not to get brain freeze, Bobby. Oh, that was ice cold, baby.
Scott, stop encouraging him.
Very well. For starters, you violate the conservation of energy. Creating ice means removing massive amounts of thermal energy, yet you clearly aren't putting the heat...
Yeah, the heat has, like, scientifically, the heat has to go somewhere. You feel me? So, you know.
Anyway. Hey, Professor, I make ice, not heat. I think you're getting a little mixed up. No.
It's, E equals MC squared.
Oh, Robert, I'm not. Tell me, do you know how a refrigerator works? Of course I do. Keeps my food chill and the vibes cooler. And you know how it does that? By extracting the heat from your food. It pulls the heat out, carries it through a refrigerant fluid, then dumps it through the coils at the back. If you stand behind a fridge, you can feel the heat that was inside your food. Do you often stand behind fridges, Professor? Of course not. I can't stand. But the point remains. Making things colder involves removing thermal energy. And so we return to my question. Where are you putting the heat, Bobby? What do you mean? I just freeze things. To freeze something, you need to extract heat. It involves a transfer of energy. And it's no small amount either. Freezing 100 kilograms of water to make one of your ridiculous...
Bro, because it's like telemetry. Bro, this is bringing me back to the classroom, man. Q. Oh my goodness, bro. It was like Q equals MCAT, which C is like the constant. Like Q is how much energy is removed, M is the mass, C is the constant, and then it's not even AT, it's delta T. So over a particular change in time.
Ice slides would require 33 million joules. The calculation is a simple one, just the mass of your slide times water's latent heat diffusion. That's the amount of energy needed to convert a kilogram of water to ice. I've never seen the professor do this much math before.
He must be really angry.
33 megajoules is equivalent to 8 grams of TNT. That's twice the energy in a tank shell. 2 tank shells just to make what, like 10 meters of an ice path? And you're constantly doing that. You should be burning and melting everything around you from the displaced heat. Now you're thinking of Pyro, he's the one that melts things. I'm Iceman. Robert, your ability to melt things is much more versatile and powerful than Pyro's. I mean, sure, it's ironic since you're Iceman, but really a more accurate name for you would be Heat Transfer Man. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Okay, but he doesn't actually melt things. That's exactly my point. He's breaking the first law of thermodynamics. What? The first law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred or transformed. It's just a fancy way of saying that energy can't magically appear or disappear. In equation form, it looks like this. Delta U equals Q minus W. Not more.
See? Delta, change in
equation form, it looks like this. Delta U equals Q minus W.
Not more math. What kind of place is this?
It's a school, Logan. We live in a school. Delta U means how much the energy inside something changes, like how hot or cold it gets. Q is the heat added to it, and W is the work it does, like moving something or pushing against pressure. Now, when Robert does his silly ice beams, he pulls heat out of the air, so Q is negative, and he doesn't appear to do any work, so W is zero, which means the change in energy is just how much heat he pulls out. But then where does that energy go?
Well, can't it just do what fridges do? I mean, we know that makes sense.
Hey, Gene, quick question. Is your refrigerator running?
Well, yes, of course.
That's because it uses electricity. In a fridge, work is done by the motor and compressor, the electrical energy going in and the thermal energy coming out.
I wonder if he's voice acting this. So I was like, maybe this is AI. But like, AI doesn't have, like, it can't get angry for real. You feel me? To my knowledge.
All add up and are conserved.
He's so mean today.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man. I clearly freeze things.
And just how are you doing that?
It's my mutant power, duh.
No, what physical mechanism are you using to cool objects? Because none of them make sense.
What are the options?
Well, there's conduction, which is heat transfer through direct contact, convection, which is through a fluid such as air or water, and radiation, which is heat transfer via electromagnetic waves, mostly infrared. That's how the sun warms us.
Professor, you sure said a lot of words there.
Oh, you really are my worst student. Fine, here's a picture to explain it better. This is an infrared image of a cat, showing different parts of it emitting.
See where the heat gets emitted? It's like us. Our heat gets emitted through mostly our hands and our feet.
Heat.
Why do you have a picture of a cat?
I love me some pussy.
Gene, please scrub that sentence from my brain.
Anyway, the warmer areas are red, white, and yellow. The cooler areas are green and blue. And there are actually several heat mechanisms at play here. The face, eyes, and nose are mostly emitting heat via radiation. They appear hottest because there's no fur. The legs and paws are a mix of conduction and radiation. Those cute little paws are in direct contact with the ground, making conduction significant. The torso and back are well insulated. Any heat loss there is due to radiation, but it's heavily reduced.
Do you have one of a dog?
No, I don't bloody well have one of a dog.
Because I think I'd understand this better with a dog.
Which mechanism do you use, Bobby? Because conduction can't explain most of your attacks since its range is far too limited. Convection would require powerful cold air currents, which you clearly aren't doing. And if you used radiation, we'd see side effects, like you should literally be glowing.
What about evaporation? Sweating always keeps me cool.
Excellent point, Logan.
Summers, I'm smarter than you.
My honor! But evaporation removes heat via vapor, and he's freezing vapor instead, so it's actually the opposite effect.
You suck, Logan.
Damn you, science!
I don't know, I just use the water in the air.
Okay, that doesn't really answer my question, but let's move on to that. You know that air humidity is typically low, right?
Oh, there's enough water in it for me.
No, there really shouldn't be. 1 cubic meter of air only holds about 25 grams of water vapor. For a 100 kilogram ice bridge, you'd need 4,000 cubic meters of air. That's a cube of air which is over 15 meters on each side, which needs to be dehumidified instantly.
That doesn't sound like very much.
Oh, it is very much, Bobby. In low humidity regions such as deserts or the Arctic, it's impossible.
You mean he can't freeze the air in the Arctic? But it's already cold. It should be easier, right?
It's surprising, I know, but cold air holds far less water vapor than warm air. He'd mostly be freezing nitrogen and oxygen, which raises...
Because heat makes it rise.
An entirely new problem.
What do you mean?
Well, it doesn't really make sense how Bobby can target just water vapor, does it? Air is 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. If he's emitting super cold blasts, why don't those gases condense as well?
You can't make ice from the oxygen, Professor. That's silly.
I'm not saying you'd make ice. I'm saying you should be liquefying the nitrogen and oxygen. Their freezing point is much lower than water's, hence why you'd likely liquefy them rather than freeze them.
What are you trying to say, Professor?
When Bobby freezes the air, you shouldn't be able to breathe. He should turn the oxygen from the atmosphere into a pool on the ground. He should create fog, extreme pressure changes, oxygen-rich explosions.
Explosions?
Liquid oxygen is a powerful oxidizer, far more concentrated than its gas form. It can dramatically accelerate combustion. But don't worry, because
I've heard about that. I've heard about O2 being like explosive. Like, yeah, like even like the compressed air in the canisters, they tell you it's flammable if it's like condensed enough, and that's if it's like O2.
You'll probably suffocate before that happens since, all the oxygen is literally in a pool on the ground.
I'm kinda getting the feeling you're not a fan of my powers, Professor.
It's not me who isn't the fan, it's the universe. You defy entropy.
You should know that I don't know what that means.
Okay, then let me ask you a question. If you hold a cup of hot coffee, do your hands get warmer?
You insult my honor with such a basic question, Professor.
Why is he talking about honor so much?
He must have went to Japan recently.
Logan, that was racially charged.
Nani? Of course your hands get warmer.
But why? The total energy between your hands and the cup wouldn't change. Whether your hands warms the coffee or the coffee warms your hands, energy is conserved either way.
Well, because heat moves from hot to cold. That's just what it does.
Exactly, but changes in energy clearly aren't responsible for that direction, so it must be set by another property. A property we call entropy.
I still don't know what entropy is. Also, why was Wolverine speaking Japanese?
Entropy is a measure of disorder and randomness. It tells us how energy spreads
That randomness.
out. The entropy of a closed system remains constant, but for irreversible processes, it always increases. This is the second law of thermodynamics.
Irreversible processes? What do you mean?
Well, if I drop an egg onto the ground, for example, entropy has increased. The egg shatters, the shell cracks in a spiderweb of fractures, yolk oozes out like delicious golden syrup.
He must really...
Why doesn't it freaking out about eggs? I'm not saying freaking out isn't getting scared. It's freaked all the way out.
like eggs.
Maybe it's because his head's shaped like one. You'd be surprised if the shattered egg put itself together, wouldn't you? But it doesn't, since that would create order and thus decrease the entropy. That's why a change in entropy is sometimes called the arrow of time. There's no going backwards. It's an irreversible process.
And that explains why your hands get hot when holding coffee.
It does. The coffee is hot, so its molecules are moving fast, in a disordered fashion. Your hands are cooler. The molecules are slower. It's much more ordered. If heat transfers from the coffee to your hands, then the total entropy between your hands and the cup will rise. Therefore, the process is allowed.
Okay, but what does this have to do with my powers?
Robert, when you freeze water, you turn disordered water molecules into a highly ordered ice crystal. There is a decrease in entropy, which is fine if that decrease is compensated by an even larger increase elsewhere, such as dumping heat into the air. But as we already know, you don't do that. You don't warm your surroundings when using your powers. You are therefore decreasing entropy without increasing it elsewhere, which violates...
Yeah, which violates the conservation of energy, period, let alone entropy. There is no, because for every input, there's an output, which is such a common sense thing to understand, and then bring it down to Newton's law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So even going into this other field and discussing entropy, the issue there is the fact that he's able to essentially change something without any repercussions. There is no thing to balance the scale back up.
the second law of thermodynamics.
I'm sick of your laws, all right? I'm just a kid making whimsical ice slides. Just leave me alone, okay?
Hey, Bobby, let's try to keep a cool head here.
Don't you dare use a damn ice pun against me.
Okay, fine. Go and make your ice slides, Bobby.
Why did you say it like that?
Oh, no reason.
You have something against my ice slides?
No, of course not.
What do you have against my ice slides?
Your ice slides should collapse under their own weight.
God damn it!
Thermal stress is directly proportional to temperature change. Your attacks often involve rapid cooling. Thermal stress is equal to the Young's modulus for ice times the coefficient of thermal expansion for ice times...
Yeah, plus, all of this, not unincluded, everyone knows ice makes things more brittle. So it's said, even if you're fighting if you're dealing with, say, steel, you can't break it. But if you, hit that bit with, super liquid nitrogen, you'd be able to break that spot particularly. Because through freezing, it has done something to it has slowed the molecules down, making it a little more brittle.
The temperature change in Kelvin.
Come on now.
If you rapidly cool something from 0 degrees to minus 100, then there's 45 megapascals of internal stress due to thermal contraction. Ice's tensile strength is only 1 megapascal, so the stress exceeds what ice can handle by a factor of 45, meaning it should shatter immediately.
You're a jerk, Professor.
Your ice slides and bridges would crack before you even step on them.
These are my powers, all right?
Your ice sculptures are often unsupported. Hundreds of kilograms of ice can't just hang in midair.
You can't just tell me they shouldn't work.
Your bridges would need support every 1 to 2 meters to not snap under their own weight.
Do you want to just chip my dick off or something?
Also, you shouldn't be able to move that fast on ice. Newton's second law states that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on it. But when you're on your slides, there is no force. The best you could do is maintain your momentum once moving.
Well, there's still some friction, right?
Yes, but the friction on ice is too low for him to push himself off with. The only force that can help him is gravity, but for that, the slide would need to be sloped, and not all his slides are. Also, the drag force from the air would be much more than the maximal friction force he could generate on the ice.
You're full of shit, Professor!
Drag force equals 1/2 the drag coefficient times air density, area, and velocity squared.
You just had to make him whip out another equation.
If you're crouched, your cross-sectional area will be around 0.7 meters squared. Let's say your velocity is 20 meters per second and the drag coefficient is 1. Air density is 1.2 kilograms per meters cubed at sea level, so the drag force will be equal to 168 newtons. Assuming you weigh 75 kilograms, then your deceleration is equal to 2.24 meters per second squared. At your starting speed of 20 meters per second, you'd come to a stop in under 9 seconds from just the air resistance.
I hate this school!
Also, that's an ideal case. In reality, the friction from the ice would slow you down as well.
I hate you!
Would you like me to calculate that?
No! I've heard enough. I'm leaving and never coming back.
Come on now, Bobby. It's not all bad. With your powers, you are easily an Omega-level mutant. You're damn near the strongest X-Man there is.
Really?
Of course. Your powers make you a planetary weapon. The oceans moderate Earth's temperature as water has a high specific heat capacity. That's just a fancy way of saying it takes a lot of energy to raise water's temperature. Oceans store most of Earth's heat. So do you know what would happen if you froze a large portion of it?
I could go ice skating?
No, my silly Bobby. You would trigger another ice age. If you just froze 1% of the global ocean volume, you'd remove hundreds of thousands times more energy than all nuclear bombs ever detonated. You'd cause pressure changes in seabeds, tsunamis from ice shelf collapse.
Yeah, the only problem, he's a hero.
Glacial earthquakes from thermal shifts.
Hey, that's kind of chill.
Indeed it is. And
Evil,
excellent
Nick.
pun, if I dare say so.
Thanks, Professor.
But, unfortunately, you'd be dead.
What?
Your own body should be dead, Bobby. Completely, irreversibly dead. In your ice form, your body is frozen. At freezing temperatures, your enzymes stop functioning entirely. Your metabolism grinds
That
to a
eerie
halt.
music.
Blood turns to sludge, then crystallizes, shredding your vessels from the inside out. Your nerves fall silent. Your muscles lock, paralyzed. Your lungs stop absorbing oxygen. Skin cells die in minutes, blacken and peel. And you don't even feel it. You're not a person. You're a sculpture, cold, hollow. Whatever's moving inside that shell, it isn't life.
Oh my god, get me out of here!
Well, there goes another one.
What should we do with the body, Professor?
Throw it in the freezer along with the rest of them.
That's what
The freezer?
he would have wanted.
Say, Professor, since when did you know all that thermodynamic stuff?
I don't. I was just reading Beast's mind
That's funny as hell.
while explaining all that. Why else do you think I keep him around?
I'm serious.
Oh, jeez, Professor. I guess you could say you're pretty cool.
No more ice puns, Logan.
Dear God.
Pull up poll. Alright, that was a Conlo video from Undead Humor on how Iceman's powers are stupid. As always, I don't know why it took me this long. Pre-fire a little like. Make sure you like down below. And, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe, hit that bell. And remember to check the Discord community linked down in the description. As always, As always, you know it's time to see me next. Peace.